Hey everyone, so I didn't review season 5 of Game of Thrones right away because I wanted to actually think about this season even more. The other 4 seasons of Game of Thrones, I literally gave my reaction as soon as I finished it. But season 5, it felt so different for me, so I had to actually think about it more and more as to why I felt it was different from the other 4 seasons, because that's what I thought. I honestly thought season 5 was very different, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, and I came to grips with that literally the other night. So Game of Thrones, Season 5. For those of you that don't know, this follows the 7 kingdoms of Westeros and all the violence, turmoil, and politics that go on in the upper class, middle class, and lower class. It's great. It's a great show, and I'm enjoying every moment of it, pretty much. But I was talking to my coworker literally yesterday. It was almost like a vision type thing. We were talking about Game of Thrones, and I mentioned how Season 5 didn't really impact me as much as the other 4 seasons. And he mentioned something very, very cool. Season 5 is different, and it's because it's more focused on deliberate pacing and smaller character moments. The other 4 seasons were more focused on big character moments, plot twists, and surprising character deaths. You don't see that as much in Season 5. Sure, there is Episode 8, Hardhome, with an excellent battle, but it's not as, big as the other 4 seasons. And I'm saying big, not that the scale wasn't grandiose in Episode 8. I'm saying that that was one battle, and in the other 4 seasons there was many battle scenes. So that's not a bad thing, though. It's just you literally have to readjust yourself as to what to expect going into Season 5. For starters, I'd say go in expecting darker lighting, because the lighting and cinematography, it's very dark. Not in a bad way, it's just it makes David Fincher's films look light in terms of cinematography. And I never thought I'd actually say that, because David Fincher's films are always dark. But this show, Game of Thrones Season 5, really was dark lighting. And the music is also more sleep-like. There were some episodes where I almost felt like I would fall asleep due to the music. And it's not bad. It's just, again, readjust yourself. Get used to the fact that this is a different season and a different feel. The tone is also incredibly dark. You thought Season 4 was dark? You ain't seen nothing yet. Season 5 is incredibly dark, especially the tone. Episode 7 in particular was wow, this show is really getting dark. Even though it is toning down the violence, you'll notice that. It does tone down the violence, but when the violence happens, it's yeah, I can see why the show is controversial. So, just readjust yourself. Also know this. For me personally, there was a huge, huge moment in episode 10 of this season. For me, it didn't really impact me. And I'm saying that as a huge fan of whichever character it is that happens to him. I just wasn't impacted as much as I was with other characters where something big happened to them. And I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but I think it's because it just felt so cold. There wasn't an emotional oomph the way there was with let's say, the Red Wedding. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, again, readjust yourself going into the season. It's different from the other 4 seasons, and not in a bad way. I'm not saying that. Just don't go in expecting fast-paced episodes. Expect deliberate pacing, taking its time with things, kind of unspooling right in front of your eyes instead of going like this really fast. So it's not a bad thing, though. In fact, although I find this to be the weakest season, I still appreciate it. And there are a lot of good episodes, just not as many as other seasons for me personally. But with that said, I will be giving Game of Thrones Season 5 a 4.5 out of 5-star rating. I would definitely recommend it. Just again, readjust yourself. I can't emphasize that enough. Readjust yourself. It's different. Very different from the other 4 seasons. And guys, I will be reviewing Season 6, non-spoiler of course, in several weeks. We still got a couple more episodes of this season, Season 6. So, but thank you again for watching, guys. And if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. And thank you very much.